Hello, people. How's it going again? It's always been curious to me why people make politics as important as they make it for themselves. Because I don't. I don't think I need politics to be a good person. If you need politics to be a good person, that's a problem with you, not me. I don't need politics to tell me how to treat people. I'm watching right now in the Olympics protests because Jews are present. I'm watching in this country. Well, Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, is here being threatened. And at the root of all this is politics and hatred, but mostly politics, because politics creates hatred. Politics is one of the most dividing things I've ever seen in modern times. It always has been, but more so now. I don't. People always get mad at me because I don't politicize everything. People get mad at me because I don't attack Trump or I don't attack this political party or that political party. I don't attack. You're correct. I don't. Because my philosophy, my faith tells me that ain't helping. That ain't gonna do you any good. Be a good person. Pray for people. Be decent to each other. Love one another. So on and so forth. It always amazes me that people who claim the same thing treat politics as if somehow they need politics to be those good things. I'm baffled. I'm sorry. All I'm seeing in the world right now is politics is dividing, corrupting, making groups literally hate each other, literally attack each other, threaten each other. I keep hearing, oh, we need to be unified. Oh, I can't wait. When is this going to begin? Oh, as soon as we're done wiping you out. Do you not see the problem? I mean, I get the idea that we're supposed to be civic minded and social minded. I get that. That I get. I don't think I need politics to be a decent human being to a fellow human being. I don't think I need my political philosophy to be a good person, to care about other people, to do the right thing, to be moral, to be ethical, to be this, that, and the other towards other people in a way that they don't feel threatened by my presence. Politics doesn't do that. Politics has never really done that, particularly modern day politics. And when I say modern day politics, I mean just the last 100 years. The last century and a quarter, we have had two world wars, a Holocaust, and so on and so forth, and genocides, and this, that, and the other. And at its root and at its core is politics. Now, if you need politics to be a decent human being, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to help you because you really genuinely think that without your political stance, you can't be a good person. You need this political soapbox to what? Be nice? You need politics to be nice and kind and gentle and forgiving and loving and compassionate and merciful and gracious and all those wonderful, wonderful words. You just can't be those things. Now, I know this sounds silly to some people, but I observe a lot of things. I observe how modern society is slowly descending into complete I hate you and I hate you and I hate you and my politics tells me to do so, but my politics is still the right one. I don't get it because I see this in the church as well. I see this with people who stand up on their pulpit to say I'm a follower of Jesus, but he doesn't like you, and not for political reasons, not for anything else. I mean, I don't care about politics. I really don't. And there's a reason I don't care about modern politics. Because modern politics literally has nothing to do with creating a good, decent society. It really doesn't. It's not been my observation. It's been my observation that modern politics cannot survive if people are united. It cannot survive if people are getting along. It cannot survive when people are being nice to each other and kind to each other and doing all those things that we keep being told we should be doing, except you better agree with me on my political politics or else. You see the contradiction? I don't like politics for those very contradictions. People act as if somehow they cannot function without a political platform. You know, I've said this and I'll say it again. You cannot be a Christian and put politics before the gospel. You cannot be a Christian, stand up on your soapboxes, and tell people that politics is the answer, meanwhile saying, Jesus is my king. You can't do it. Sorry, it's contradictory. Politics and the gospel, or religion if you want, do not get along very well. They just don't. One will corrupt the other. It will always corrupt the other. Politics will always corrupt good morals. It will always corrupt good ethics. It will always corrupt everything it touches. Look at the Olympics. Look at the protests across this country. I'm sorry, but these people are sheep. They're being led to become this mob of unthinking, and that's what politics does. Modern politics is not about thinking. Because I think if a lot of these people actually stepped back and thought about what they're doing, they'd be ashamed of themselves. Because they've turned into a mob. Mobs don't think. Mobs just obey, and they just do, and they're useful. It's sad. It's tragic. But it's political. You're never going to convince me that a lot of the problems we have on this planet are not political. I'm sorry. I've watched. I've observed. I mean, I'm not going to get into the Biden thing right now. I just want to deal because I could. I just don't understand people who scream at the top of their lungs at a group of other people who actually haven't done anything to them because some political party or some political platform or some political philosophy has told them to, and then turn around and act as if they're the most saintly beings on the planet. I've seen it, believe me. It is. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You want to know what 1930s Germany was like? You're seeing it. It is repeating itself. History is repeating itself in this country. On this planet, but mostly in this country right now. Yes, I am a Jew. I'm a Jewish Christian. That is what I am, and that is who I am. I'm not going to change anytime soon. I may be struggling off and on here and there on a few personal matters, but at my core, I am a Jew, and I will always be a Jew. Look, I know what I'm seeing in this country, and it's frightening. It is frightening how many people are being led around like sheep to hate other people because somebody on a TV screen told them they're supposed to. Welcome to George Orwell's 1984. Read it, because that's exactly what's happening. People are becoming a mob. They're becoming a mindless and brutal mob. There's no thinking. There's no compassion. There's nothing decent about a mob. By definition, a mob has no... It only cares about itself. I don't need politics to be a good person. I don't want it. I don't want politics to help me. Maybe that's what it is. I don't want politics to help me be a good person. Let me be a good person. I don't need politics to tell me who I should agree with and disagree with. Let me make that choice. There's a lot of things I don't agree with, and a lot of the lifestyles I don't agree with. But guess what? I don't hate them. I may not agree with the politics, and I certainly don't agree with the politics. I may not agree with the lifestyle, but as a fellow human being, I'm sorry. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to be a good person. I'm going to like these people. Not because I agree with them, not because I approve of their lifestyle or anything else for that matter, or their politics, but because, in my mind, the best way to reach people is to demonstrate being a good person, not your political person. A political person is dangerous. They don't think. They think they do because their politics tells them they do. But if they actually thought about it, I think they wouldn't do it. Now, if you need politics, as I've said before, I'll say it again, if you need politics to be a good person, I am afraid for you. Because what happens when your politics fails? What are you going to fall back on? You're going to find something else that'll let you run amok. Modern politics is not about unifying anybody. It's not about being a better society. It's not about being a better human being. It's not about, building people up. I love these commercials that talk about unity and we should come together and this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking, really? Have you seen what's happening in Paris? Are you seeing what's happening in Washington, D.C. in this country? Are you seeing what's happening all over the world? Yeah, brought to you by politics. Not just human nature, which politics loves. I've said this before too. The reason a lot of Christians, a lot of people go into politics, it feeds the ego. Politics is the greatest food trough the ego has ever encountered. It is a pig trough of gargantuan size, and it'll feed the ego as long as it needs it. The gospel does not. The Bible does not. That's why a lot of people run away from the Bible and run to a political party. And I mean on both sides. I know I get accused of not pointing out the faults of the other side or not being fair or not attacking Trump. I'm not going to attack Trump. He gets attacked enough as it is. He doesn't need my help. And I also don't think it's going to solve anything. Oh no, you got to pick a side. Why? I don't have to pick a side. How about if I just be a decent human being, realize that we're dealing with flawed human beings who are not perfect, but at least I know where they stand on certain things. In a lot of ways, I am probably more of an independent than I think I am. Okay, I am a Teddy Roosevelt Republican. That is kind of what I am. That is who I am. I like Teddy Roosevelt. He was a very flawed man. But he also tried to not be too flawed. I mean, I know I'm everywhere, but it's frustrating to me to watch people wrap the mantle of politics around them, and act as if somehow that makes them morally superior or that makes them ethical. It's ego. I've said it, I'll say it again. It's ego. A lot of the people that I have encountered who don't like Trump or don't like this politician or don't like that politician is ego because because they feel threatened and attacked by this person who doesn't agree with them. There's a lot of people who don't agree with me. Okay, you're allowed to disagree with me. I'm not going to disown you. I'm not going to dislike you. I'm not going to disown you. I'm not going to stop being your friend. That's up to you. That ain't up to me. I'm going to continue being a nice guy. I'm going to continue trying to be a decent human being in a corrupt world where politics is destroying people and politics is destroying lives and destroying decent behavior and destroying countries and destroying religious beliefs and using it until politics will never solve anything. It'll solve nothing. Okay? Being a decent human being will solve something. Being a decent human being in society will solve far more problems than politics ever will. Most frightening words is, as Ronald Reagan said, is government saying, we're here to help. No, you're not. Go away. Politics has never helped. Okay, politics has never solved the world crisis. It has never solved anything. It's just created a new way for one group to attack another group. That's what politics is. That's all politics is. That's why I don't like it. That's why I don't make it the most important thing in my life. And this bugs people. I know, you should be involved in society. I am. By being a decent human being. By not making that person's politics a litmus test whether I should like them or not. I don't care. I'm going to be a decent human being to people because that's what I do. That's what my Bible tells me to do. That's what my gospel tells me to do. That's what Jesus tells me to do. He didn't say anything about accepting it. He didn't say you have to agree with them. should tell them the truth, tell them out of love, tell them the truth, be upfront. Because politics is about compromise. The Bible isn't. This is why a lot of people in the church and out of the church like politics, because you can compromise. I actually talk longer than I thought I would. But I mean, I get the value of government, but somehow even government is corrupted by politics. Because decent people helping other people is what government should do, but politics has a tendency to inflate the self-importance of some individuals. Another reason why people like politics so much is it inflates that ego. Politics is about ego. That's all politics is about. It's about ego. It corrupts ego more than it already is. So if you need politics to be a decent human being, and that politics of yours basically also tells you not only do you have to be a decent human being, you also have to attack other human beings to prove that you're the superior human being. You have a problem, not me. I know how to treat people, and I don't need a political slogan to do it. To me, what's happening in this country and other places is like, you know what? Maybe we should just stop being political toward each other, be decent human beings, and see what happens. See if that works. It probably will. Anyway, like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. I told you I don't like politics, but I always end up talking about it. I live in a political world. Get the thing. But anyway, later, behave yourselves, people, because you know I won't. I can't, and I'm never going to. I'm just too much of a whatever you want to call me. Later.